What's up, everybody? It's Jared with Capture the Magic, and in today's video, we're going to talk about a rumor that has come true, and that is the fact that Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, that is a mouthful, is now accepting Express Pass at Universal Studios. So we're going to talk about this and get some thoughts on it here. So this is from Blog Mickey. It says, Universal Orlando Resort has announced that the very popular Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, I think most people just call it Hagrid's, but that is the full name of this ride, now accepts Universal Express Pass. The change was made to the website today, and guests should be able to use the Express lane starting today. It says it opened in June 2019, obviously had massive wait times. Talk about Epic Universe having massive wait times. That was really nothing compared to the opening day of Hagrid's. Slimer from Orange Grove 55, who comes on here for live streams quite often. He said they waited like 9 hours, which I could not even imagine, but that was the opening day of that ride. Wasn't a great start there. Has been very popular ever since it was added to Islands of Adventure. So if you're unaware, Universal's Express Pass allows guests to skip the line once at participating attractions, and prices for Express Pass range from $120 to $320 per person per day. And the Universal Express Unlimited option allows guests to skip the line at participating attractions as many times as they'd like. And the prices for the Unlimited begin at $150 up to $350 per person per day. And here is the current lineup of attractions at Islands of Adventure that accept Express Pass. So you got Spider-Man, Carousel, Cat in the Hat, Dr. Doom's Free Fall, Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls, Flight of the Hippogriff, Hagrid's now Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, Forbidden Journey, the High in the Sky Seuss Trolley Train Ride, which I will never ride that ride without Express Pass. I don't know if you guys have ridden this, but when our kids are going with us at the park, obviously we go to Seuss Landing, and that is one of the favorite rides of theirs. It's a cool ride. It's kind of like a people mover type of ride, but that standby line is maybe the worst one I've experienced. So unless we have Express Pass, which we have premier annual passes, so after 4 o'clock we can use it. So I'm very happy about Hagrid's, but that line right there, I always tell people, like, if it says 10-minute wait, you're probably going to wait 20, but that line, I don't know what it is. It is a very slow-moving ride. You also have the Hogwarts Express, the Incredible Hulk Coaster, Jurassic Park River Adventure, Velocicoaster, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, Popeye and Pluto's Rat Barges, Skull Island, Reign of Kong, and Storm Force Accelatron. So this, again, we talked about this a video months ago about this was a rumor that when Epic Universe opened, that Hagrid's would fall into the Express option for people in that area. And it makes sense given that, typically speaking, when it comes to Express Passes, they don't include the newest or really, really popular attractions as part of that until something else opens. Because typically with Universal, there's only been, one ride at a time that doesn't have Express Pass offered. Forbidden Journey for a long time didn't have Express Pass offered until Hagrid's opened, and then that one fell into where it offered Express Pass. So this is kind of the normal way in which they've kind of done things. But now you have more attractions at Epic Universe. You have 3 over there that don't include Express Pass, so it makes sense this one's added here. Except, we saw Velocicoaster. That is a newer one. It's newer than Hagrid's. That went into Express mode not too long after it opened, but I think that one's also due to the fact that it doesn't have as high demand as Hagrid's does. Not because it's not a great coaster. I think just because it's such an intense ride, it doesn't have the demand that Hagrid's has. And as somebody who loves Hagrid's, like, it is my favorite roller coaster. It's one of those things where I don't always do it when I'm at the park because typically you're going to see 90-minute waits almost standard across the board. And I typically don't like waiting in line more than 45 minutes at most for most things. I think if you go to the theme parks quite a bit, your tolerance for waiting in line kind of drops. So for me personally, I'm very happy to hear about Hagrid's going into Express Pass, which means, again, if you're a premier pass holder, after 4 o'clock, you can go ride this. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what this does to the standby line, because obviously having the Express line be part of this is going to affect the standby line. I don't know what the wait times are going to be for this, but if it's a 90-minute wait, you're able to ride this maybe within an hour. I don't imagine it's going to be a walk-on, but I am curious as to what that wait time looks like versus the standard, standby line. But one thing I do like about Universal's Express Pass system, better than Disney's Lightning Lane system, is the fact that they don't sell a ton of these per day. They have a very set amount. And then once they're gone, they're gone. And when you have it, you don't have to schedule anything. But the way that it operates, I don't think it impacts the standby line as much because you don't have as many of the Express Pass people in the park per day as you do with the Lightning lanes over in Disney World, because those are basically anybody in the park on a given day can buy the Lightning lanes, which obviously if everybody has Lightning lane, nobody has Lightning lane, at least in my opinion. So I actually like Universal's system better for that reason. Now, I do wonder, there was a video, I did a reaction to it. El Toro Ryan had done a video months ago talking about they were doing work on the Hagrid's basically maintenance building, because one of the things that he had said in that video, and I don't know how, exactly how accurate this is, but the fact that they've never been able to get the amount of ride trains on this roller coaster going as much as they wanted, and one of it was due to the maintenance bay not being big enough, and that they were expanding that to be able to hopefully get more of these trains on each ride. I don't know if this has anything to do with that. Maybe that construction wrapped up and they were able to, increase the capacity of this ride to now handle Express Pass. That could have been part of the reason why it hasn't been included up until now. So I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it or the veracity of what he was talking about in that video. But I do know they were doing work on the maintenance building there, seemingly expanding it. So that could be part of the reason here. But obviously, given you have a bunch of new attractions, those are the latest offerings, and there's 3 attractions at Epic Universe that don't include Express Pass. You have My Kart Madness, you have Battle of the Ministry, and you have Dragon Racers Rally that don't accept Express Pass at Epic Universe. So I'd always assumed the timing of this would be when Epic Universe opened. It wasn't exactly on that date. It was about a week later, but this is not definitely surprising, I don't think. But I think for a lot of people going to Universal, maybe for the first time, going to Epic Universe, going to Universal Studios, having this be part of Express Pass is going to be something that will help them sell more Express Passes, because this ride, even though it is not the newest attraction at Universal Studios, it is consistently seen, like I said, 90-minute wait times almost as a standard ever since it opened. And that really doesn't seem to be, I don't think that's going to go down anytime soon. This ride kind of reminds me of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train over in Magic Kingdom, kind of in that similar fashion, not the way it is, but the fact that the demand for this, is going to continue to be there. As Seven Dwarfs to this day will still see hour-plus waits, even though this ride, that ride's been around over a decade at this point. That thing still has a lot of demand for it. And I think Hagrid's is going to be the exact same way here. So the fact that it is including Express Pass now, I think is going to be good for the guest experience. And obviously heading into a time period where, Universal's looking to have a big summer with Epic Universe opening, a lot more people coming into Universal Studios. And one thing that's been very interesting of looking at the Epic Universe crowds, which started out really light and seemingly have picked up quite a bit, is the fact that the other parks at Universal Studios have been very busy. And there was a lot of speculation from people saying that Epic Universe was going to cannibalize the attendance at the other parks. And at least as of right now, obviously it's too early to make any really determinations about anything about Epic Universe or the overall picture. But as of now, we haven't seen a drastic drop-off in crowds at the other Universal Studios parks, which I had assumed all along would be the case, just given that these parks, were popular before Epic Universe was introduced. They still have attractions people want to check out, Hagrid's being one of them. And, I think we're seeing a lot more people come into Universal Studios, so having this part of Express Pass is going to help them sell more Express Passes, which I'm sure that's part of this as well, because if you have a very high demand ride that you're going to, be able to use Express Pass on, it would make sense people would splurge to get that. So I think this is definitely something that guests will benefit from, annual pass holders on the premier end will benefit from, and obviously Universal is looking to benefit by selling more Express Passes. So I look to fully take advantage of this, as I don't know when we're going to go back to Epic Universe. They've been to the park 3 times. There's no annual pass option at this point. I do want to go back, but I'm also kind of just looking to see how the crowds are, how things are looking, as it's seemingly changing on a day-to-day basis. But given that we're annual pass holders, we still plan to go to Universal Studios. Not as much in the summer because it's just hot, but the fact that we can now have Express Pass after 4 for Hagrid's, that is definitely something I want to check out, see what that is like, and see what the parks are looking like with Epic open. I haven't been to the other parks since Epic Universe has been open, but we can look at the wait times and see that, they're definitely busy. And I think that's definitely something Universal was wanting to happen with this. We'll have to wait and see how the rest of the summer shakes out, but if you are looking to go to Universal and you want to ride Hagrid's, you can now get Express Pass to do that. So either way, I'm happy to hear about this as an annual pass holder that's in the premier category, that I can take advantage of this after 4 o'clock, as I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy that they're able to, get the Express Pass to ride this very popular ride, because I don't think this, even with Epic Universe, this ride is not going to lose popularity. It's a great coaster. It's a very unique coaster. So I think this will be very good news for many people, and happy that a rumor came true. And I've been told by some listeners and subscribers that I don't plug our apparel company enough. So here I am. I'm going to plug our company, C-Team Apparel Co., where we make theme park apparel, pop culture apparel shirts. And in fact, I'm wearing probably our most popular shirt, which is Hagrids Motorbike Adventure shirt. So if you want to get one of those or others, we have Epic Universe shirts that we just released as well, the Manor and some other ones. You can go to ctmapparelco.com, see the whole collection there. We print everything in-house. We don't use third-party printers, so they're very high-quality prints. Will last you for years, and you can even get 20% off of your order by using the promo code YouTube. And if you order $49 or more, you also get free shipping. So again, go to ctmapparelco.com and use the promo code YouTube, and you'll get 20% off of your order over there. But either way, that's all I got for this video. But if you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel, as we do lots of coverage here of Universal Studios, Epic Universe, Disney World, and pop culture. And let us know in the comments, what do you think about Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure now having Express Pass being offered? And until next time, we will see you in the parks.